Y'all, it's Sierra, aka Capricorn Moon Goddess, and I wanted to come to you all with a video about what I have learned from doing vendor events so far. So I have my list of stuff that I wrote down. And so I'm just going to go through the list. It's not going to be in any particular order or anything, but this is just things that I have picked up and things that I do to prepare for vendor events. At this point, I've done probably about 7 of them. And from what I have learned so far, there are 2 different types of vendor events that I've done. The first type that I've done is where somebody is having an event, like they're having a fashion show or they're having a conference or they are having something for their business or a service that they provide, and then they invite vendors to that event. So there is a main event that's happening, and then they invite vendors to the event so people can shop with the vendors after the event or during the event or during the breaks, things of that nature. And then there are just straight up vendor events where the main event is the vendors being there and people come there specifically to shop. So those are the 2 type of events that I have done so far. And I wouldn't say one is any better than the other. I've had people spend lots of money at the events that were basically just another person's event that they invited vendors to. And I've done the ones where there's just vendors there and made money from those too. So I wouldn't say going to a farmer's market or to a event that's strictly for vendors only is better than doing another type of event. Those are just the 2 types that I have done. So the first thing that I would say, I'm going to try to go in order. I did not write these down in order, but the first thing I would say is to have a checklist before you even get to the event. Start planning. What type of products are you going to take? If you have only one type of service or one type of product that you provide, you don't have to worry about that. But if you sell various different types of products or offer various different types of services, you have to figure out what are you going to take with you. And that can be one of the hardest things to figure out because you just cannot always predict what people are going to buy, what type of people. Well, you'll know what type of people are coming to the event based on what the event is for. Okay, so if it's a women's conference, there's women that are going to be coming to that event. If there's a career conference, there's career people that are going to be coming to that event, businessmen, things of that nature. If it's an athletic conference, athletes are going to be coming. So you can get an idea of the type of people that will be coming to the event based on the type of event. But you never fully know what people are going to buy. So if you have multiple products like I do, I have not only multiple products, but multiple product lines, meaning I offer candles, I offer skincare, I offer spiritual services, I offer natural stuff for people with eczema, and then I offer things that aren't necessarily 100% natural and for people who just want to smell good. So I have so many different types of products. It's hard for me to decide what to bring. You're basically going to have to take what you feel like is going to sell best, okay? You do have limited space at these things. For the most part, you get like a 10 by 10 space and you can choose how many tables you want. The standard packages tend to come with at least 1 table. There are some packages that you can buy that do not come with tables. Sometimes you have to bring your own tables. I have not done an event where I've had to bring my own tables. Every event I've done so far has come with at least 1 6-foot table, and they typically charge like $10. If you want to add an additional table, they usually charge you like $10 per additional table. So if you want to at least have 2 tables if you are selling physical products. If you're selling a service, like if you're a card reader, a tarot card reader, or a psychic or something, and you're selling a service at the event, then you really don't need 2 tables. You just need 1. But you want to have as much room as possible so you don't have to squeeze all of your products on one table. And I'll show y'all how I had to do that for one of my events. Sometimes you get to choose your location. You may pay more if you want a corner, but then you'll have the whole corner to yourself and you'll have more room. And it might be by an outlet. My friend always buys the corner tables because she gets lucky every time, and there's usually an outlet that is by the table. And that brings me to another point. Sometimes you have to pay for electricity. So if you need electricity, you need to check the vendor's information. They usually send you information about what the extra things are that you would have to pay for and what is included in the vendor package that you buy. Sometimes they charge $100 for electricity, and I don't necessarily need electricity. I just need to be able to charge my phone because I use the Square for payments, and I need my phone in order to do that. So I'm not about to pay $100 for electricity. But my friend, I help her with her event sometimes, and sometimes, well, not sometimes, every time, and she's done a lot of events, she pays for a corner, and there's always an outlet included in that corner, so she doesn't have to pay extra for electricity. But you never know, because most of the time you've never been to the building before, so you don't know what that building looks like. You don't know if even if you have been to the building, you don't know if they got the same room that they got last time, or if they rented out the same space. So I have not been able to go to the venues ahead of time and see what it looks like. I don't know. Some events may allow you to do that. So you kind of are taking a gamble if you need electricity and you don't pay extra for it if it does not already come in the package. So we're talking about knowing what to bring, but we already added more points in there. So one of the points that I would bring up is to figure out if you need electricity or not. And if you do, figure out if you have to pay extra for it. Sometimes they have to place you in a specific area, hence why my friend gets the corner areas, because they only have outlets in certain areas in the room, or they may only have a certain amount of outlets. So if you want to guarantee that you get an outlet, you need to check with the person that's putting on the event about what the details are for electricity. Now, back to my original point, which was figuring out ahead of time what products you want to bring and what services you want to bring. Once you do that, then what you'll want to do is start figuring out how you want to set up your table. But first, let me mark off the things that I already talked about so I don't talk about them again. So give me 1 second. All right, so I just wanted to mark that stuff off my list so I don't say it again. So you want to, once you figure out what products you want to bring with you, you want to do a mock setup. So if you have a 6-foot table at home, I have a couple of them because I make my products on them. You can use one of those to do a mock setup. If you don't have a 6-foot table, then measure out a 6-foot space on the floor. I think the tables are usually like 2 by 6 or something, like it's 6 feet long, but the width might be like 2 or 4 feet. I'm not sure. Most likely 2 though. I would say most of the tables are 6 feet long and 2 feet wide. So mark out that amount of space on the floor or somewhere, and then do a mock setup so you can see where you want to put your products on your table, because you do have to maximize the space that you have. And also, you don't want it to take longer than necessary to be able to set up your table before the event starts. You want to maximize your time. So you don't want to be there trying to figure out how you want to put the stuff on the table, and then you have to actually put everything together. That's cutting into your time to get set up. So do a mock setup of how you plan to set up your products on the table, and then take a picture of it, so that way when you get to the event, you can just unpack your stuff and set up. If you want to change some stuff around, you can, but it's easier if you already have an idea of what you want to do. So that way you're maximizing the use of your time, because time goes by fast. If you are able to, sometimes you can set up the night before. I've done one event where they did give us access to the space the night before. So you can sometimes go to the venue the night before and then set up. So that way on the first day when you get there, you're already set up. If you trust that you can leave your stuff there, usually they lock the rooms up so stuff isn't stolen. And for the most part, the vendors have not been stealing from each other. So if you set it up the night before, the only people that have access to the room are the vendors and the person that is throwing the event, and possibly the janitors. I'm not sure. So you will have to risk leaving your stuff there overnight. But for the most part, most people bring tablecloths. So they bring extra tablecloths and then they cover their stuff up. They cover their booth up so they can leave their stuff the night before. So again, it's up to you, but that does save a lot of time, and it saves you from having to pack the car in the morning. I live in Texas. Texas is very hot in the summer. It is really, really hot right now. One of the products that I sell are candles. So I can't pack my car overnight and leave the stuff in the car until the morning without risking my stuff melting. If you sell body butter, you definitely can't do that. It's definitely going to melt. So you will either have to get up extremely early to get dressed and pack your car the night before. I live on the 3rd floor, so I got to go up and down 3 flights of stairs and walk really far to get to my car. So if you don't want to have to pack your car the morning of, then if you are able to, then you can go ahead and set up your table the night before if they give you access. Now, some of you may not live in a state where temperature is a problem and you may feel comfortable packing your car the night before. I would say go for it if you have a garage. If you don't have a garage, I would be cautious about that, because people like to steal or break into cars if they feel like they see something in the car or if they see a lot of stuff in the car. So you don't want your car to get broken into. That's the claim adjuster in me speaking. If you didn't know, my day job is a homeowner's property claim adjuster, and we get a lot of theft claims for people who are going on a vacation or something and they pack the car the night before thinking that nobody's gonna notice, nobody's watching, and nobody's gonna look in their car, and then in the morning when they get up, their windows broken, their doors messed up. So that's why I personally would not pack the car the night before. Maybe I would put stuff in the trunk, but if you have to put stuff in the back seats and stuff, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just telling you what you might want to think about before you do that, okay? So, what did we just talk about? We talked about setting up the night before. We talked about doing a mock setup of your table and taking a picture of it. So that way, we're basically talking about cutting down on your setup time. All right, let's see what else is on my list. So let's talk about some of the things to bring with you to the event besides your actual products. So you definitely will want to bring signage that says the name of your company, nice and big, nice and visible, so people can see it when they come to your booth. They know the name of your company. You will see that some people have their name of their company on their tablecloths. So you may want to get a tablecloth made with the name of your company on the front, and other people have those. Some people have banners, some people have both. So you can get a banner that has your company name. You can get it custom made. So company name, you can put your products on there. You can put a picture of yourself on there. You can put your website on there. You definitely want to put your website on your signage, and you want to put your social media handles on your signage, and you want to have your name nice and big and visible. You want to use font that people can actually read. I like fancy cursive font, but sometimes it's too much and people can't read it quickly and easily. You want to be able to catch people's eye quickly and easily, and for it to be something they can remember. And nowadays, with all our new technology, you can even get a QR code printed on your banner or on your business cards or on your products. And the QR code, people can just come and scan it, and then they can go to your website. Because a lot of the times people want to know what your website, even if they buy something from you, they want to know what your website is so they can go to your website later. So you can get a QR code on your banner. You can get a QR code on your business cards. You definitely want to bring business cards. You want to lay them out on your table. My business cards are postcard size because I wanted to put pictures of my products on there because I'm just extra. I didn't want it to just be the name of my business. So I have pictures of my products. I have my different product lines. I have my website and things of that nature on my postcards. I should have had one over here to show y'all, but yeah, I forgot. So anyways, signage, postcards, you want to have your prices. There's a couple different ways people like to do prices. The first time I did an event, I just had price sheets, which are just sheets that you print off with the prices of everything. I personally printed off pictures on mine so people could see the picture of the product and read the name. So you can print off product sheets. Some people suggest printing off several versions if you plan on lowering your prices towards the end of the event. So some people will put their regular prices out at the beginning of the event, and then as the event is coming to a close, they may mark down some of the prices, so they will have another price sheet ready, and then they will just switch them out. So if you want to do that, you can do that. I did that the first time. Recently, what I decided to do was create a board, like a poster board thing, because I have one of those backdrop holders. So I just took my backdrop holder with me, and the reason why I did that is because the banner that I got was too skinny and I couldn't find the part to my backdrop holder that, you know, shortens the length a little bit. So I had this big wide space that I needed to fill. So I got a trifold poster board, and then I actually got I found some square chalkboard things that you can actually put a magnet on the back of. So I got some chalkboard thingies, put a magnet strip on the back, and I put a magnet strip on the poster board, and then I put the little chalkboards on there next to the pictures of the products, so that way I could write the product on there in chalk, and then if I wanted to change the prices, then I could just erase it and change the prices, and I can use that over and over and over again. The pictures of the products, I also put them on I put them on like tiny little canvas. You can buy small square canvases. I've just basically printed off pictures of the products on sticker paper, and then I stuck the sticker paper to the canvas, and I put a magnet strip on the back of those. So that way, if I want to switch out the products and the order of the products, I can put different products on the board, and then I can put different prices on the board. What I will do is put a picture of it on the screen because I know I'm doing a horrible job describing it. So just look at the picture on the screen and you will see what I'm talking about. Some people get the little chalkboard mini things that, what do you call those? They're like little chalkboard stand things. I have some of those. I didn't use them. They tend to fall. Actually, I did. I think I have some of them in my picture, one of my pictures. So I'll show y'all. Those tend to fall over though. So, you know, they're not my favorite way of doing it. Either way, the point is have something that has your prices on it, so that way you don't have to remember your prices. The event that I just did with my friend, she had a bunch of the price stickers, the little small rectangle ones that you can write prices on, and they don't stick to your products hard enough to where it would rip off, you know, the packaging if you try to take it off. So she was just placing those on her products. You can do that as well. They're easy to remove. So if you want to lower the price of something, you can just take it off and then put another one on there. So you have to figure out what works best for you. But either way, you want to have something that shows people the prices, so you don't have 10 people at your booth asking you what the prices are of different things. And also you don't have to try to remember everything. Now, if you are using Square, you can put the products in your Square app before you even get there. So you can quickly search for a product in the app to see how much it costs if you want to. You can also put pictures of the products in there. So you can have a picture of the product, the name of the product, and the different sizes and all of that. It will calculate the taxes and all of that for you if you input all of the information ahead of time. So that's another one of my points. If you are using Square specifically, because I don't know, I haven't used PayPal, so I do not know how the PayPal card reader works, but if you're using a Square card reader, put as much information as possible in your app before you even get there. But you don't have to have the information in there. You can just do a manual entry where you just say enter item, put the price of the item, and then have the person check out. But you don't want to have to remember all the prices of your items sometimes. So if I were you, I would input the information for all the items, all the prices, all the taxes, all that stuff. So the checkout process is nice and smooth. You don't want to be taking forever to check people out, because sometimes there's a bunch of people that come at one time and you have to like move as quickly as you can, and you don't want to be stumbling. You don't want to be frustrated, especially if you are doing these type of events by yourself. Okay, so make sure you have your pricing together. Let's see what else. So we talked about signage, bringing your signage. Also, you will want to get some sort of wagon or a dolly to help you bring your stuff from the car to the space. Okay, the space, not only from the car into the building, but to the actual space that you're working in. I love my wagon. If y'all can't tell, I'm 4'11", and I probably weigh maybe like 105 pounds at this point. I'm a small person. And I told y'all I live on the 3rd floor with no elevator, so I have to carry stuff up and down the stairs. The wagon saves my life when we get to these events. I can just put everything in there and I can make maybe about 2 to 3 trips. It depends on how much I'm bringing. It doesn't matter how far I have to park. Sometimes you get lucky, you can park really close to the building. Sometimes you have to park far or in a parking garage. So having a wagon, being able to put everything in there and just pull the wagon to wherever you need to go is a lifesaver. So I do suggest getting a wagon if you have a lot of stuff that you need to be, even if it's not heavy stuff, you don't want to have to make a whole bunch of trips to and from the car, because your arms can only hold so much, even if it's lightweight. So getting something to help you carry and unload your car is going to be a lifesaver. You can get a wagon. A lot of people have those. If you have, furniture like shelving, like some people have really large displays for their products. So if you have something like that, you might want to have a dolly as well. It just depends on what you're bringing with you, but you definitely want to have something to help you carry stuff, unload the car, and load the car back up. Again, it's a time saver, it's an energy saver. So definitely want to have something like that. And the wagons fold up kind of like how a foldable chair will fold up, so you can put it in your car. And speaking of foldable chairs, that brings me to another thing. So most of the time, unless you're doing an outside event where you have to bring your own tent and all that stuff, most of the indoor venues that I've done have tables and chairs already. But I am a single mom. I have an 11-year-old son. He was younger when I first started doing these things, and he likes to be with me. He doesn't want to go to somebody else's house. Like, some of these events are 8 hours, 10 hours, they're long. He wants to come with me. So I'm like, okay, I know he's going to get restless. So I bought a zero gravity chair, which is like a lawn chair, but it allows you to lay down if you want to. It's not the kind of lawn chair that you normally see. It's like lifted off of the ground. So I bought one of those for him so he could lay down if he gets tired at the events. Amazon did not deliver it how they were supposed to, so I never got it, and I had to run to the store and get him a regular lawn chair. But when I was just at the most recent event I did, which was a couple days ago, like, no, yesterday, one of the vendors had a zero gravity chair, and she was giving people foot massages in it, and they were basically laid back. So I'm definitely going to get one of those for my son because he does get tired at the events, and it will allow him to lay down and take a nap if he wants to. Again, most of the time you have like a 10 by 10 space. I've always had plenty of room where I would be able to fit my table, fit my signs, fit everything that I brought with me, and one of those chairs for him to lay down in. So if you have kids, you want to think of some sort of furniture that you can bring with you that's foldable, that will make them comfortable. I've seen people with pack and plays at these things. They've brought their babies with them and put them in pack and plays. So I didn't feel as bad when I saw that. I was like, okay, so other people bring their kids. It's not just me. Okay, so we talked about wagons. We'll talk about more stuff to bring for the kids in just a moment. You also will want to have some sort of backpack, like one of those backpacks that has a whole lot of pockets. I thought I brought mine in here, but I didn't. We have a backpack that has like 1,000,001 pockets. And it's an expandable one. So I will usually bring our personal stuff in there. So I bring pain medicine like Tylenol and Advil just in case I get a headache. I bring allergy medicine because I have bad allergies. Y'all can probably see that right now. And my son has allergies too, so I bring that. We bring water. We bring snacks. He likes Hawaiian rolls, so we bring Hawaiian rolls. We bring chips, stuff like that, because sometimes you can't always get away to eat or go get food. So you definitely want to bring snacks with you. If you're a woman, if you need feminine products, you definitely want to bring those with you or keep them in the backpack if you plan on doing a lot of these things, so you don't always have to keep refilling it. What else? I keep my wallet in there. I keep portable chargers in there. I have several portable chargers. So as I was saying earlier, you can pay for electricity at most of these things, but I'm not paying $100 for that. So what I did was went on Amazon and I bought a bunch of portable chargers. So that way we have portable chargers, because you need portable chargers these days. There's a lot going on in the world with electricity and all that. So I saw that as more of an investment, just buying a bunch of those instead of paying $100 for me to use electricity one time. I'm sorry, but my TV just came on by itself. Jaden, did you just press a button on the remote out there?
No.
Why did this TV come on by itself? You said it did that before, right? What the? And I'm talking about electricity right now. That's all I wanted. I don't got time for the foolishness today. TV's coming on by themselves and all that. Okay, back to what I was saying. So yeah, I figured it would be better to invest $100 in buying several portable chargers. These are the fancy kind. They have the fast charger. They have a bunch of different charging ports so people can charge different people, like several people can charge their phones at a time. So I have several of those that I bring with me to make sure that my phone stays charged and my son's phone stays charged as well. We also bring a portable DVD player with us. It is wireless. We charge it the night before and we bring that with us so he can watch DVDs, because some of these are very long. Like I do ones that are 6 to 10 hours sometimes, and they're multiple days. So it'll be like a whole weekend or something. So that just gives him something to do while I am talking to guests. And so basically I don't have to hear, when is this over? What time are we leaving? How much longer do we have? It's just, keeping him occupied. So if you're going to bring your kids with you, you want to have stuff to make sure they're occupied. If they have a tablet, you can have them bring a tablet, but sometimes these places have Wi-Fi. Sometimes the Wi-Fi isn't working. So I wanted to just let him bring his phone and then bring a DVD player. So that way we don't have to use his hotspot on his phone to power his tablet if the Wi-Fi isn't working. And then he can he just brings a bunch of DVDs with him so he can watch whatever DVDs he wants to watch. What else? We bring tissue, Kleenex. So if we need to blow our nose or wipe our watery eyes from our allergies, we have that. So just think of whatever you need. If you got asthma, bring an inhaler with you. Whatever you need to make it through the day. Make sure you put that kind of stuff in a backpack at least. I say a backpack because you can put the backpack on your back and pull the wagon and carry stuff in your hand if you want to. But you can bring a duffel bag. Some people bring duffel bags. Some people bring tote bags. I like the backpack option because it has so many different pockets. So you can put a bunch of stuff in there. What else? Let me mark off. We talked about the chair. We talked about the DVD player. We talked about the wagon. Portable chargers. You can bring makeup if you're a woman. You can bring a mirror. You can bring lip gloss. Your lips might get dry. You might want to bring some lip chat. You're gonna be there for the most part for usually they're 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, something like that. Let's see what else. Also, want to make sure you have a checklist. Like, you see how I have a checklist of stuff to talk about? You want to create one of these for the event. So you want to create one that says, what do I need to bring with me? And make sure you're checking that stuff off when you're packing for the event. Okay, so that way you're not trying to remember this stuff off the top of your head. We talked about signage. We talked about QR codes. Also, you can create QR codes that put people directly or connect people directly to your PayPal or to your Cash App if you have people that are wanting to pay that way. Or you can just have it connecting to your website. I've seen online where people are creating plaques where they have different QR codes for different things. So you can do that if you want to. What else? Also, as far as cash versus card, I would suggest taking both cash and card. You don't have to bring a whole lot of cash with you. Most people are going to be paying with a card, but I would have some cash. I usually bring about $100 with me in cash. Most of it is 1s and 5s, and then I get a couple of 10s and a couple of 20s. But 1s and 5s, you can pretty much make any amount of change with those. So that's why I have more of those, and then just a few of the 10s and the 20s. And then you also want to bring change, so get quarters, dimes, nickels, and pennies. And you can just go to your bank, whoever you bank with. Well, at least Chase. Let me not say that, because I've never gone to another bank recently to ask for change, and I know that they had a change shortage recently. But with at least Chase for now in 2022 and 2020 and 2021, I was able to just go there and withdraw money and say, hey, I need that money in this. I need this amount of 1s, I need this amount of 5s, I need this amount of 10s, and I need this amount of quarters and whatever. And they usually give it to you with no problem. I usually figure out how much I want to get before I even get there and write it on a piece of paper and put that with the little withdrawal strip, so they know how much to give me. And I got this idea from Stanley Handcrafted, who is a YouTuber that has been doing videos about candles for a while. He's one of the first people that I saw that started doing videos showing how to make candles. He suggested, because I did have a cash box, but he suggested getting a cashier's apron instead of a cash box. I said I was gonna bring it in here, but I forgot. I left it in the living room. But I'll probably put where I got it on Amazon. But it has a lot of pouches. It has like layers of pouches, and you can zip them up. And so you can put your cash in there, you can put your phone in there, you can put your keys in there. Anything that you want to keep close to you, you can put it in there. And anything you don't want somebody to steal, if you don't want to leave it sitting around, you can put it in there. And most of them you can adjust them, because I'm a small person with a small waist, so you can adjust it. The string is pretty long, and I just tuck the string in because I'm pulling it so tight. But I do prefer that to having a cash box. So thanks for that suggestion, Stanley Handcrafted. Or you can get a cash box if you want to, whatever is best for you. The apron that I'm talking about is like the ones you see waitresses wearing, stuff like that. So you want to have some sort of change to be able to give people that are making change, and then whatever you are going to take with you to accept card payments. Most people that I've seen are using one of the Square readers. Square has a bunch of different readers out there, card readers, so most people are using that. Again, you can have the QR codes where people can scan it and pay with Cash App or PayPal if you want to. Whatever you feel is best. I think PayPal has a card reader, and I'm pretty sure there are other ones out there. Let me see what else. When it comes to the display, if you have multiple products, you will want to bring risers. So I have a few in here. Those are just things that can create levels. So this one came from Target. It's $5 from that $5 bin. This was either $5 or $10 from Target. You can put products in here. And then this one, same thing. I also have some of the wooden crates as well. You can get the wooden crates from Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Walmart, anywhere. But things that basically elevate some of your products and creates levels. So you don't just have one flat table, you have levels. That allows you to be able to put more products, that allows people to be able to see the products and not have everything just all on one eye level, so people can't really see everything that you have to offer, if you have enough products to where that is needed. Also, you can buy point of sale displays. I have purchased those. I think it's from a place called Azar or something. If you watched my video on me organizing my bookshelf and turning it into an organizer for my candle products, you saw that I bought some display, you know, the things that you see on the counters at like the gas stations and the stores that separate each product. So if you have like the roller balls for essential oils, you can buy displays where you can put those in there individually, things of that nature. Again, I would show it to y'all, but I don't got it right here. So, but if you saw that video that I made, then you know what I'm talking about. But you can look up point of sale displays to find different displays. Sorry, y'all. I reached the maximum recording time on my other video. So, Lord, I guess this one is long. I might have to make a part 2. So try to get risers. All right. Also, if you have somebody that can help you with the event, a family member or a friend, that would be great. Even my son helped me. My son helps give out business cards. He helps give out free samples. That's another tip. Bring free samples if you can that have your product logo and your website on it. I bring free wax melt samples. My friend brings free mini hand sanitizer samples and lip chap samples with her business name on it, that draws people to your table, that people are more willing to talk to you if you're handing them a free sample. And if you have kids with you, that gives them something to do. They like to feel important and they like to feel like they're part of the action. So my son loves to hand out our samples and our business cards. So you want to do that, but if you can have somebody help you, it's always better to have somebody help you, because if you get busy, they can help you check people out, they can help you bag stuff, they can help answer questions. But if you have to do it by yourself, don't be afraid. I've done them by myself before. I was very nervous, but you got it. You can do it. You'll probably meet other vendors there that are going to be nice enough to help you. They might watch your table for you if you need to use the restroom. They might give you some tips. My friend that I'm talking about, I met her at another event and we decided we're going to partner and help each other out because we were both there by ourselves. And now we try to do the same events together. And I think the next one we do, we're going to go half on the booth and the table and just add an extra table, because sometimes this stuff be like $500 if you want to get a good booth. So we might go half and just buy extra tables, so that way we have less of a cost to basically get into the event and we can make more of a profit, and then we'll also be there to help each other out. So those are a couple tips in one. That's what I'm gonna try to do. Y'all gonna have to listen and take notes and pause, because I'm gonna be giving multiple tips in like one sentence, so this isn't too long. Let me see what else. Okay, friend help, partner, make friends with other vendors, cashier's apron. We got our first page, everything on the first page done. Okay, got it. Take your, I'm just marking stuff off. Also, there are certain things that might sell in person that don't necessarily sell online, and vice versa. So take notes from your customers. They will be giving you feedback. When they come by the table, you'll see what are people picking up most often, what are people making comments on about what they like. Ooh, I like this. This is nice looking. I had people like really love the fact that I put glitter on candles, and I didn't even think that was a big deal till I started doing these events, and people were like, oh my God, I love the glitter on your candle. So take notes, what people like, what people are gravitating towards, what are people not necessarily gravitating towards. If it's an event where you live close by and you're going home and coming back the next day, you can take home the stuff that's not selling and bring other stuff to replace it with the next day to see if that stuff does better. So you basically just play it by ear. I'm trying to hurry up, y'all. Got that. If you want to set up shelving at the event, you can use like the Tom Care cubes. You don't have to get that brand, but the plastic storage cubes, I'll try to put a picture in here, that you can easily set up and then take apart, and then you have shelving instead of tables. Sometimes I have tables and I have display shelves as well, and I bring those because, again, I'm a small person. I can't be carrying all these wooden furnitures, and you can put it together and take it apart easily, put it in a box, put it in your car, keep it moving. I'll put a picture of it so y'all know what I'm talking about. You also, if you can, like, for example, I sell body butter. So what I did, I had, when I make body butter, sometimes I have leftover when I fill up all of my containers. So I'll take the leftover, put it in a container by itself, and then I'll have that as a sample on my table. So I'll open that up, put it on my table, and then put those little spatula things on the table so people can actually try the body butter while they're there. You know how when you're at the store, they have sample lotion that you can use. I've sold so many body butters that way because people get to feel how it actually feels on their skin. They get to see how the scent lasts on their skin. They get to see if they like the chemistry of the scent on their skin, because everybody's skin chemistry is a little different. So sometimes stuff smells differently on people. So if you can have usable samples at your table, do that. Otherwise, you can also give away samples of stuff that people can just take with them, like a full lip chap or something like that. But I'm extra, so I do both. Okay, what else? Also, you may want to bring scissors. I have found that scissors came in handy, especially because, bringing me to another point, I offer gift wrapping at my booth just to set myself apart. So I need the scissors to cut the bows. Now, when I talk about gift wrapping, I'm really talking about gift bags. I don't have time to sit there and wrap a gift. So what I offer is reusable gift bags, and I have 2 different sizes. This is the small ones, and then these are the large. They are reusable. So I will take these, put tissue paper, so gold tissue paper or black tissue paper or tissue paper that has designs on them. So I'll open these up, put the tissue paper in there, and then I will put a bow, like tie a bow on the bag to seal it and close it up. If I have a picture of it, I'll put it here. So this is my gift wrapping. That is a quick way for me to make cute little gift bags for people and offer gift wrapping without having to take the time to wrap a gift. It is quick and it's easy. It is a reusable bag, so people really like that and they feel special, and they always are like, oh my god, these bags are so me, and I'm like, yes, I'm extra, you're extra, I love it. So if you can offer gift wrapping to set yourself apart, I learned that because at one of the events I did, there was a guy there that was going to a graduation, and he bought a whole bunch of stuff from me. He spent hundreds of dollars buying stuff for me because he didn't want to have to stop when he left the event for his graduation, to shop for the graduation. But I only had bags like this. You can get these too. I got these on Amazon, just the regular thank you bags. And he was like, do you have any gift bags? Like, no. He was okay with it, but I want to provide the best customer service I can. So now I do bring gift bags just in case somebody wants to, you know, buy a gift. Sometimes I charge extra for the gift bags and sometimes I don't. It just depends on how I'm feeling that day. You can decide how you want to do it. Because it is an extra cost to you to be able to buy the stuff. So you can charge people extra for it. Most people are fine with paying for it, or they'll just take a regular bag. Give people options. Okay, so got that. But so that's why the scissors came in handy for me to be able to cut the bows. But you may need scissors for other stuff too. So just bring scissors. Also, if you want to put your logo on your bags, you can have it printed directly on your bags. Or if you buy the regular bags that just say thank you, you can have stickers printed with your logo and your website on it and just stick that on the bag. That way, if people walk past them and they're like, ooh, where'd they get that bag? And they see your logo, they might go to your table. Because sometimes vendors run out of bags and people buy stuff from them and then they're looking for another vendor that could give them just a bag. So they might come to your table just because they saw somebody with a bag that had your logo on it, and maybe they'll buy something from you. You always want to brand yourself as much as possible. Put your website and your company name on as many things as possible. So you may want to put it on your bags if you can. And again, you don't have to pay all that money to have them printed on the bag. Just get some logo stickers and just stick the stickers on there. Let me see. What else? Also, before you decide what events you want to do, you may want to look up to see if they've had any events in the past. Are they advertising like they should? I've been to some events where the people that threw the events did not advertise like they should have. They got the vendors money and they didn't care if we made money or not. So they did not spend time, money, or effort on advertising their event, and nobody came to their event. Look these people up. Have they had events in the past? Have you seen a social media presence from them? Do you see people talking about that they're going to go to this event? Check to see that the person is actually advertising their own event and you're not just paying somebody money. They're taking your money and then they don't care whether or not the vendors are making money or not. Also, you want to advertise ahead of time as well. You want to tell people you're going to be there. You want to tell people where the event is, what's going to be happening at the event. Tell your family and friends and your social media followers about the event as well. But you definitely want to make sure the person that's throwing the event is advertising, and check to see if there are any conflicting events. One of the events I did, I'm not into football, but I live in Texas and the Dallas Cowboys are a huge thing. One of the events I did this Christmas was conflicting with a Cowboys game. So nobody came to the event because everybody was at the Cowboys game. Check to see what other events are going on the dates of the actual venue or the date of the actual vendor event that you're trying to do, because sometimes the person throwing the event did not check that kind of stuff and take that stuff into consideration. And again, they make their money from vendors paying to be in the event. So sometimes they don't care to do all of that. So you have to make sure you're doing your due diligence as well. I was just thinking it's a Christmas event. You gonna sell stuff at a Christmas event. Everybody is shopping for Christmas. Not thinking that there was a Cowboy game that day. And I didn't know because I don't watch football. But I learned my lesson. Check to make sure my events are not conflicting with Cowboys games, okay? I'm in Dallas if y'all didn't know. So that's important. Also, check with other vendors to see what events they have done in the past that have made them a lot of money. It's not guaranteed that when you do that event, it'll make you a lot of money, but sometimes they can tell you which ones to avoid and which ones always seem to come through. A lot of the times you will meet people that do these events every single year. They do the same ones over and over again. They all know each other. So as the new person, they can tell you which events in the area are the good ones and which are the ones where you might not make enough money. You might make some. Some of them are pretty much guaranteed because they have the traction, they do the advertising, they pick the right days, they pick the right venues. The person throwing the events knows what they're doing and they have built a following. So the vendors that have done these events for years and years and years can tell you which ones they like and which ones they don't like, and then you can see if you want to do those events. Let me see, did I miss anything? And I'm sorry, y'all. I had to start talking really, really fast because I don't want this to be too long. But I think I got everything. So if I forgot something and y'all got a question about something, ask me, let me know. As far as how much money I've made from these things, it can be anywhere from a few hundred to 1,500 so far. But I've just started doing these, so you may hear that other people are making more than that, and I will be making more than that because I'm putting that out in the atmosphere. I am manifesting that right now. So people who want to know how much I've made, it varies from that. That Christmas one was very disappointing. I made a couple hundred from that, but you have to think about the fact that it costed me $250 to do it. So the profit wasn't there. But anyways, if I forgot something, please ask me in the comment section. If it's something that I can answer for you, I will let you know what the answer is. Please like, share, and subscribe if you feel called to do so. If you have a tip and you want to leave it in the comment section, go ahead, feel free. We can all learn from each other. And thank you for taking the time to watch this, especially if you watched it towards the end, because people are impatient these days and they don't want to watch a long video. That's why I'm trying to hurry up. So y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye.